Nothing lasts forever, whether it be moments of highs and lows, people you wish that wouldn't leave, a job position you love or hate, how old you are right now. So cherish those moments when you feel the happiest and nurture yourself when you feel the lowest. Number 2, when you go really low, you're about to go up really high again. There were plenty of moments where I felt really low, especially during the beginning of the pandemic. It's like I watched everything I knew and wanted was lit on fire and burned to ashes. I'm still having a hard time coping with my job loss and not being able to start the big goals I had for 2020. Although it's been hard accepting everything that's happened this year, it did help me think back in the past that when everything's fell apart, new things began to build with a stronger foundation and better outcome than I could ever imagine. So if you're going through a hard time, please hold on and be brave because something even greater is coming. Number 4, you can do amazing things. Although I wasn't working much this year, I was still able to achieve amazing little personal things. I was able to enjoy 3 more months of living alone before I moved in with roommates. I continued working out and going to the gym despite COVID. I also read 10 books within this year, which is an achievement because I've never done something like that before on my own will. I started doing yoga. I finished 2 personal journals. I got my first plant in October and she's doing very good. I took the chance to film more videos for my platform on YouTube. I've reached some of my financial goals like paying back a few people I owed and started a savings account. I've also managed to pay for rent and support myself through these past 12 months, which I should be more proud of and appreciative. There's more, but those are the big ones I wanted to highlight to help me see the bigger picture. I think I'm ready to fall in love again, maybe. For a while, I knew I wasn't ready to be in a serious relationship. I rejected quite a few guys who wanted that from me, and little do I know within this year, my heart was opening up for someone. It took me a bit to understand how I felt and why I was feeling that way because for the longest time, that door was closed. I was set in my ways with not wanting to fall in love because of how broken and depressed I was from my last breakup, but it made me feel happy that I was slowly allowing that door to open again. Number 6, you really are only young once. I will never be 25 again, and although a lot of things didn't work out the way I hoped they would, I felt like I was able to spend so much more meaningful time with myself. I did a lot of self-work and reflecting, trying to understand and learning who I've become, as well as embracing this beautiful woman I've grown into and how far she has come within this lifetime. I know the kid me is very happy to see everything that has happened for me. She is a reminder and inspiration for me to go after the things I've wanted ever since I was a kid, to not be afraid of anything and to live in the moment without any regrets. Number 7, it helps to have good company. To the people who still chose to see me during this time of COVID, I want to say a big thank you. Whether you were a friend, a family member, or a roommate, you helped me a lot in getting through so many dark days. I'm very blessed to have you in my life, for always welcoming me with open arms and not being afraid to hang out or take the time in talking to me on the phone. It means so much to me, and because of you, I was able to make good, happy memories within this year. Number 8 is learning to use my time wisely. Without work occupying most of my time for the first few months, I did watch a lot of TV, YouTube videos, movies, and I slowly started wanting to do more than just that with my time. I did take a few intro courses to digital marketing, but kind of learned I wasn't really into it. That's where filming more videos came into the picture, as well as getting started with yoga and the idea of reading 10 books within this year since now I had the time to do it. It helped me feel more productive with my time, as well as feeling rewarded with enjoying things outside of just watching TV. I felt more present, more creative, and happy with doing things that are good for my soul. Number 9 is being overqualified. This year, I applied to so many jobs all because I needed money to pay for my bills and afford everything. I even applied to jobs that I'm overqualified in, and at first it did make me sad getting rejected. So I started applying to jobs where I felt like I was just the right fit, not under or overqualified. I would get the interview, sometimes rounds of interviews with different higher-ups. However, I would still not get picked within that process. It honestly hurt my confidence a lot since I hadn't been shut down like that before. I have cried a lot and felt very frustrated, but when I look back at it now, I feel like it was the universe telling me that you can do so much better than that, and it's not even what I truly wanted to do anyways. I didn't happen to be a mediocre driver for Uber. I killed it with a 4.9 rating. I got rejected and ghosted by those job offers because I'm meant to do even greater things that I couldn't imagine or believe that I'm meant to do. So Megan, stop trying to dull your spark to fit in with everyone else. The universe wants you to push yourself beyond your limits and do what it is that makes you happy. Number 10, my body isn't the same as I was in my early 20s. Drinking isn't the same anymore since I start feeling it by the second drink or even 2 shots in. Digestion problems has happened a little more now since my body can't handle consuming too much processed foods. My body is more built and shaped into a woman figure than a college girl. I have to be more careful with my face because it's more sensitive now and prone to wrinkles, freckle lines, dark spots, you name it. So I've had to make some adjustments with how much I drink, what kind of foods I consume, the clothes I wear and choose to buy, and new face products to help my skin feel and look healthy. I am more cautious of my body since I do want to take care of it the best I can since it is my home within this lifetime. Number 12 is saving money is going to save your life, especially during the hard times. I know that this one sounds very corny because most people should know this, but I was one of those people who wasn't ready to face a pandemic financially. It's been a roller coaster ride for me because I thought I had everything set up and I didn't know I would lose my business. I had to cut some things like my gym membership, Apple Music, and more. Thank God for the stimulus check and the unemployment benefits because it saved my life for this year. It got me to start a savings account and to teach myself not to touch money unless it's for emergencies. So please do yourself a favor and start and grow your savings because it can do so much more for you than you could ever imagine. Number 13, be grateful for the time to rest. I hustled very hard last year for the life I wanted, which was having my own place and going full force with my Uber business. Never in my life was I so happy yet exhausted physically. Being an Uber driver to me was more than just picking up a passenger, following a GPS, and driving. I was doing it full time, so it meant driving from 7 to possibly 12 hours. I didn't have that much support doing this job, but my brother, all thanks to him being such a great coach, I pushed hard and always strived to do the best I could with my Uber business, which meant providing the best service I could to all my passengers. Not only that, but I was determined to meet my goals going home, making $100 to $120 a night. I did this for 5 to 6 days a week, earning $600 to $700 in a week. It sounds easy, but it wasn't. It was a lot of hard work put into all of that, pushing myself to the limit. Although I didn't plan to have most of my 2020 of being unemployed, it was a very vital time to being able to rest and reset everything, being able to work on myself physically, spiritually, intellectually, and emotionally. Number 14, tarot cards are so much fun. This year, I tuned in to pick a card videos on YouTube a lot, and my favorite tarot card reader at the moment is Vanessa Samina. She's such a gorgeous being who is honest, positive, and such a genuine being that I love watching her videos. I highly recommend checking her out. I got into this because honestly, I had no idea where my life is going, and I just felt so negative that it was nice to be able to hear readings that resonated with me and gave me a sense of hope. It is also a lot of fun and uplifting being able to envision bigger and better things that are possible within the future. She has cheered me up in so many times throughout this pandemic. Number 15, take the time to stretch when you feel tension, body aches, and overwhelmed. It really does release all the energy your body is holding on to. Your whole being feels so good after taking 10 to 20 minutes of fully stretching with proper breathing, as in counting to 10 when holding the stretch position. Number 16, don't forget you are a queen. In translation, don't forget how far you've come and who you've become. There were so many moments where I lost confidence within myself this year, forgetting about the magic within me and all the amazing things I've done, whether it be big or small, throughout my life. That's a huge reason why I got my Queen of Hearts tattoo. It's a reminder for me to remember to always be in that queen energy, to not give up and keep my head up no matter how fucking hard things get, even when I don't think I can do it. It brings me back to all the challenges I have faced ever since I was a kid and how I overcame every obstacle in my way. Because of all the hard things I've dealt with, I'm reminded that I'm not here to live a mediocre life and settle for less. So remember, you really can overcome anything, do the things you never thought were possible, and be so much more than you think you are. Number 17, I want to travel more. Although I didn't get to go too far this year because of COVID, it made me appreciate more of the trips I went on my own this year, like celebrating my 25th birthday in San Diego and driving all the way to Nebraska just to enjoy Lake Mac. I won't ever forget how delighted I was to go on my own and to enjoy the moment on my terms. It inspired me to travel more whenever the next opportunity comes because those experiences really feed my soul with so much happiness, knowledge, and excitement. Being able to see beyond where I live and enjoy the adventure. It reminds me how there is a whole world out there and I want to see it all. I want to be able to try different things, meet new people, and get a taste of different cultures. Number 18, other than doing breathing exercises and journaling, lighting incense really helps soothe my anxiety even more. This was something I almost forgot about, but I was able to revisit this since there have been many moments where I was dealing with high anxiety this year. It reminded me when I first encountered anxiety attacks when I was 21, since I was dealing with a lot of stress from college. My roommate at the time would used to light up incense whenever she felt extremely stressed, just to lighten the vibes and keep good spirits within our room. I remember there were nights where I would take my anxiety meds and do my breathing exercises before bed, and I would inhale deeply that smell of incense. It was actually very calming and I'd fall asleep to that smell. The scent I would recommend is Nang Champa. I started lighting my own incense this year because since there was so many moments of darkness, anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, and needing to refresh my spirit and my room, since it was the place I spent the most time in, I would burn through the whole incense stick, and by the end of that, the whole aura of my being and energy within my room felt more refreshed and reset, ready for me to start over again, having a better sense of mind. Number 19, treat yourself like a plant because you do need sunlight, water, and good nutrients. You need to be around positive people to hear and feel cared for, as well as being in environments where you can thrive happily in order to grow successfully. And it's okay if you outgrow your environment or some leaves die, because it gives room for new leaves to sprout, as well as gaining the opportunity to challenge yourself to grow in any environment. And lastly, you're truly doing the best you can. I had to really think about this one because this is something I need to take to heart. I've been really hard on myself this year and did a lot of self-sabotaging, believing I wasn't good enough, too weak, and stupid for so many reasons. I compared myself a lot to how I was last year. I felt so accomplished, happy, confident, and purposeful. This year, I felt the complete opposite, and it has been a crazy roller coaster ride of emotions. For a second, I almost felt like I wasn't doing enough, but then I realized this is my first time facing a global pandemic. No one was ready for this. Not even myself. And to think I'm only 25 trying to figure out my life while taking care of myself, being independent when the whole world is in such a crazy state right now. Who could blame me for feeling hopeless and depressed about everything going on? But when I look deeper and realize how young I am and managing all this, still being able to provide for myself, still fighting to live, that does get me choked up on how strong I really am and to know I'm doing the best I can. Honestly, there's no other version of Megan that would be able to handle this than the 25-year-old right now. And that is a wrap of the 20 things I learned within 2020. I hope that this was helpful since again I'm sharing everything. And I just wanted to give a big shout out and say thank you so much for watching this video and staying tuned within all my videos this year. I wish all of you happy holidays and happy new year, as well as to take care. Until next time, see you guys.